welcome to the second round of the 2025 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championships presented by Discmania Discs. We are at the fourth and final major of the year. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese. It's so weird because we were just at the third major.
Yeah.
And now it's over.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is it. Right in the middle of summer, too. We're having a heat wave here in Finland, and today it got nice and toasty as the day went on. People were lighting up the course as well. Henna, Blomroos, Mertsch, Silva, Saarinen, and Rachel Turton are our lead card competitors we will watch today attack a new course, the Monster. Yesterday we played at the Beast in Nokia. Today we are in Tampere. Let's start out with this very difficult par 4.
Yeah, it's a scary tee shot to start. Narrow tunnel OB on the left can absolutely come into play. It bubbles out on the right nicely after that set of bushes on the right. Early anything is an absolute nightmare. If you get far enough off the tee, it's definitely reachable, but it is just an exceedingly difficult starting hole. If it was maybe a few holes in, you might think about attacking it more, but right off the rip, it's tough.
Your current leader of the tournament at 6 under par, your 5-time Finnish national champion, sponsored by Innova, Henna, Blomroos.
We got to see some highlights of Henna yesterday at the Beast. She got an eagle on 16 and a birdie on 18 to help get that 6-down round, which is pretty amazing out there.
81% fairway hits will do that. It's going to be a different story today, though. The fairway can be tough to find, lots of trees. The only way to get the birdie here, though, is to attack, and Henna is going to be centered up in the fairway on hole 1.
Next on the tee, currently at 4 under par, sponsored by Innova from United States, Mertsch.
Mertsch putting together a solid round yesterday at the Beast. I got to play with her in round 1, and she was canning all of her putts, really utilizing the forehand a lot. I think we'll see that again today.
She's really been putting a lot of work in her forehand, and it's fun to see. Kind of a conservative shot from Kat, just making sure she stays at center cut. Smart play.
Next on the tee, also at 4 under par, your 2025 European Disc Golf Festival champion, sponsored by MVP Disc Sports. From Finland, Silva, Saarinen.
Silva defending a major title from the one we played last week in Estonia at the European Disc Golf Festival. A Finland native here in her home country. You know she's wanting to put together a strong round. Yesterday, she looked unstoppable on the green. One of those rounds that you know is going to score well because she just makes it look so dang easy.
She made 14 out of 14 C1X putts.
And probably half circle 2.
Next on the tee, also at 4 under par, your 4-time British national champion, sponsored by Prodigy, Rachel Turton.
Rachel also making some nice putts yesterday, especially towards the later part of the round, made some big ones. She's got a really great backhand and forehand as well, so it should be a really fun watch to see how these ladies attack the Monster.
Yeah, Rachel, obviously you heard 4-time British national champion. We don't get to see her as much in the States, so probably a name that maybe some of you guys haven't heard about, but very excited to watch her again attack this very different course from what we played yesterday.
I always love a good contrast. The bit more open Beast course, more OB lined. Not necessarily my favorite to play, but you just gotta have it all to earn this world title.
Kat with a flex forehand. She's just playing this one for par. I think that's smart. It's a big deal on both the Beast and the Monster is picking the holes that you're wanting to attack on and then protecting your birdies. Just letting them come when you are feeling confident. And one is a hole that not many players are attacking on. Even not attacking, it's a difficult par. You can see Rachel throwing this backhand down a pretty narrow tunnel. It's pretty common for players to land on the right side and leave themselves with a little bit of a tricky approach.
Silva up ahead, just enough where she might try to get a look at it. And she's also just going to take some off, which, again, very smart.
This hole has historically played as usually the hardest hole of the day. Today, it is the second most difficult hole of the round.
What do you think the easiest hole is?
Ooh.
I think 2, maybe?
That's a good guess. I was going to say 3, so I'm just going to go with my gut and say 3.
Okay. Ooh. Cat didn't look like she was able to get a full swing there. Gonna be a long par putt.
Here's Rachel, a little bit pinched. Going to try to work a forehand, and that is looking great. Perfect touch on the disc, right on the edge of the bullseye.
This course is really fun if you're hitting your lines, but it is one that you can take huge numbers on if you start spraying shots or just get one bad kick. Getting anything under par is going to be so good out here. A nice upshot from Silva.
Henna putting a good move on that putt, just coming out a tiny bit early. Really impressive to even be able to putt on hole 1. Only 3 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation, only 5 to circle 2.
Cat Mertsch, is she inside the circle but still having to go kneeling forehand?
Yeah,
Bummer.
right on the edge.
She, more than any disc golfer I know, lives right on the edge, though.
Yes. Truer words have never been spoken in this booth. While our card taps in their par putts, just quick shout out to the 3 women that got birdies today. Iida Ledomaki, Evelina Saarinen, and Ida Nesse. All with the birdie 3. So impressive. Keep your ears out for Ida and Iida. They are younger, new players in the sport. I mentioned, I think maybe both of them yesterday, and talk about impressive disc golf. Especially being so young and so new to the game. Really, really mature ways of attacking the course. Hole 2 is a nice little friendly par 3. Quickly we'll say shout out to Jacob Hampton. Congrats, you won the practice round disc. You would like to win a practice round disc, check out patreon.com/JomezPro and be in the running every week that they do a JomezPro practice round. It's in theory, this is a nice simple hyzer shot at 315 feet, but that one big tree in the way makes the line a little bit more difficult to hit. You can go around the outside, bringing the deep OB into play, or the inside route that we see Henna trying to work here, and bringing those early trees in play.
I think the inside route is probably the more common one. Henna going to be up on the putting surface, a really beautiful green.
Key here is to put some height on the disc and let it really carry left. It's farther than it looks.
Oof.
The straight shot doesn't really work on this hole.
A good rollout, though, for Silva.
Yeah, being in those trees on the left side, you just don't get a lot of opportunities to rescue a par.
Rachel putting a nice move on this one, getting some height under there. Gonna be pretty close for her birdie look. She likes it.
This was not the easiest hole of the day.
Dang it.
Played as the 14th most difficult.
Man, I wasn't even close.
It did average under par, though.
Probably not that many holes out here did. Again, if you didn't watch yesterday, we have 88 competitors, so we are watching the top 44 at this course today, so that's what the stats reflect.
Yeah, only 6 holes averaging under par. Silva, unfortunately, going to catch the little guardian wall and get a bit of a roll. We'll see what she has to work with on the putting green. Here's Cat Mertsch for birdie.
little bit more of an uphill putt than it looks. She's going to come up chain high but left.
This is one of the most famous greens in the sport. Everyone always is taking pictures here. Henna leaving that one a bit short. Like Erika said, it is more uphill than it seems, especially on camera.
Silva missing her first inside the circle putt of the tournament.
Rachel with the only birdie opportunity left here. She's dealing with some of these evergreens that are on so many of these greens. Nice.
And Rachel also perfect inside the circle yesterday, 13 for 13.
That's number 14.
Mm-hmm.
There were only 6 birdies on this hole today, which I am very surprised by. 25 competitors got to circle 2 in regulation, but only 10 to circle 1 with a birdie look.
Rachel, the only one able to capitalize there, bringing it within 1 stroke of Henna. Hole 3 is a par 3, 276 feet. I see why you chose this one for easiest. There are not many holes under 300 out here. It's a pretty fair gap shot off the tee. You just need to throw something straight. I would say that right side is probably the worst mistake you can make. It kind of looks like you need a left to right moving shot, but honestly, if you just punch it pretty straight, you will most likely have a look. I like a kind of hyzer flip, straight pushing sidearm, but backhand can work as well. Ooh, and that's right where you don't want to be.
Also, I think probably the most common mistake on this hole are those early trees. There's a lot of action there in that little tiny stick jail.
Yeah, definitely looks like jail bars. Just so many little trees. Ooh.
Henna with a tree kick late in the flight. It just kicks her straight sideways. She will still be putting.
Cat gonna attempt the sidearm here. Pretty.
Good power, too. Oh, is that the same tree that got Henna?
It looks like it. Still up on the putting surface.
I lost the game. Also, this is the 13th most difficult hole of the day.
Dang. Huh. All right.
While there were 10 birdies in our top 44 competitors, there were also a fair amount of bogeys at 20% of the field. And I bet those little trees are to blame for many of them.
Absolutely. This is a spot you don't normally see too many people land in. Silva is left with a gap, though it's not comfortable. That's a high-level upshot.
A lot of greens on this course have those little wood chips, so you will see a lot of skipping and bouncing. You got to really manage your landing angle and speed on many of these greens.
Really tough angle from Rachel. She puts a lot of turn on it and gets a tiny cut roll. She'll have a chance from, what is that, like 13 meters, we'll call it. Maybe a little more.
Yeah, Rachel with about 50 feet and not able to capitalize.
Cat Mertsch for birdie. Strong bid.
Cat from a similar distance.
I haven't seen a whole lot of backhands get inside the circle. As a great shot from Henna, and she converts.
She sure does. One step inside the circle. What an impressive looking, very confident looking putt.
Mm-hmm. A good par save from Silva.
This is not one of the courses where you are angry that you didn't get a birdie look necessarily.
Sure.
This is one where you are taking a grain of salt with almost every single hole and just happy to recover your pars if you get off the fairway.
A lot of salt out there, for sure.
A lot of salt.
Henna, the only one bogey free on our lead card so far.
Hole 4, our first par 5 of the day. It's 860 feet, so a bit of a friendly par 5, but once you start lining up the shots, you realize that it's not as friendly as you would hope just looking at the distance. The second shot, I think, is the real meat of the hole. It pinches so much in the middle, and it's very punishing if you find yourself in the rough left or right side. Neither one of them is better, I would say. Your third shot is almost always going to be a turning shot, whether it be a forehand or a nice backhand turning shot. Again, a very mulchy green where your disc can't come in too fast, or you can find yourself with a long putt. It's also slightly sloped.
Sloped and mulchy.
Biting off a huge tee shot here is such an advantage because it really takes that narrow second landing zone out of play. You can kind of just blast something high and over the top of it, but a lot of players not quite able to get far enough to not have to land in that area.
Yeah, that second one's such a placement shot for a lot of the field.
Kat and Henna both playing over to the left side, trying to set themselves up with a hyzer on their second shot. Kat, unfortunately, going to trickle a little too far into the rough.
Silva pushing a little straighter, a little more to the right. It's looking great.
I like this play. This is what I do as well. I kind of like the force flex, or like a little bit of a turning shot on through the narrow gap.
I think that tree where she landed is kind of the mark of a great tee shot as well.
It sure is a crush. This is when it really starts to get warm outside. It was very sticky today. The ground was absolutely soaked. Early tee times had a ton of fog and just generally drippy, puddly conditions. I mean, it really, if you went in the rough at all, you were just soaked. It looked like you took a shower.
I want more synonyms for wet. Keep going.
Yeah. It's really put everyone there with us. But but as it started to warm up, it just got steamy, kind of sticky. So hope you guys can feel what we're feeling here in beautiful Finland on an uncharacteristically warm and humid day.
Kat able to progress really far considering where she landed, pushing the right side trees and landing center cut fairway.
Silva with a nice standstill shot, really controlled. She is flirting with that left side a little bit, but no problem. It's a big advantage to be left after you get through that narrow pinch point. Allows you to have a little bit more of a straight shot. Rachel not going to be able to take advantage of that. She'll be tucked on the right side of the fairway, but she's got a great forehand.
Yeah, the right side's not too bad if you have that, 250 feet of sidearm at least, which we know she does.
Yeah, and she may even be farther than that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She's just smoked that second shot. Wow. Henna way down there.
Nice. Even gets to a little grass bubble.
I mean, she's like 150 feet past the pinch point.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah, her tee shot was, well, they were both just huge shots.
Silva has about, what would you say, 280?
Yeah, at least.
And look at this beautiful right turning shot.
Wow.
So good. Comes in so soft.
Just like her ideal shape. Cat from a little bit closer. Probably around that 250 mark, maybe a little bit shorter. Oh, perfect. Even skips up and over the little log barrier.
Here's Rachel lining up the sidearm. Man, so much power from a standstill, and she is just deadly right now in the bullseye. Henna looking like she's lining up over the top of these trees.
Looks a little crazy.
Okay,
Oh, nice.
Just a little bit of height. That's so good. 16 competitors out of 43 got to circle 1 in regulation. There were 14 birdies. This was the 4th easiest hole of the day.
And Silva on the board with her first birdie of the round. She diced that hole up really nicely.
Henna with her first putting struggle here. Just a little bit not uncommitted on the left side.
Makes good from the same distance coming back.
Rachel with a little birdie sandwich. She's going to find her way back under par. Kat finding her way back to even.
Yeah, well played from our lead card here. Oh, cat Mertsch.
Yeah, the cat sound bites. What a treat.
Looks like Jennifer Allen, the only one 2 under par so far. Hole 5, a difficult par 4, 666 feet. You want to get out towards these signs over here, but not push too deep into the OB. Short right is a rough mistake, but deep or long left, also bad. It's difficult to wrap the corner enough to be able to attack for birdie. We might see some ladies do it today, but the majority of the field just going to play this one for par. Just try to get in a good position off the tee and progress and just have a short chip shot. It's a very protected green, so even if you get all the way up there, there's like, I don't know, 12 trees within 15 feet of the basket. It's very blocked.
Yeah, you find yourself having to hit little teeny gaps if you are on the left side or right side of the green. Short side is the best place to land and still challenging.
Cat gonna catch that one teeny tree just glowing in the sunlight.
Silva gonna land where a lot of discs land, right in the shady area. She's gonna check up nicely though before the trees and still be able to maybe even have a run up. Not that she needs it.
She probably wouldn't even use it if she had it.
I was about to say I'm so surprised Rachel's not throwing a sidearm, but here she is. Throwing a sidearm. She unfortunately overturns this one. This thing is beefy though.
Ooh, it's so dark in there.
It is.
Look at Yikes. Henna with the backhand, a little bit slow speed, getting it turning early, but gonna find the same tree as Cat. It's not a bad kick.
Yeah, it does force you to play for par at best. Kat even more pinched, and she's going to have a really challenging third shot.
Yeah, that's going to be very far. Henna in a better position to bite off some distance here. Gotta be careful of that OB line to the left.
Also, what you can't quite tell out here is running up, and this grass is very sketchy. Wow, that was incredible.
So good.
Yeah, running up in this grass is very sketchy. It is super slippery everywhere, especially any of this open fairway grass has a lot of clovers, and every time I try to run up today, I was sliding around. So very impressive from Henna.
Boy.
Wow.
Rachel just having to pitch out of the dark forest. Oh.
Silva
with okay.
A few low-hanging branches.
I thought that was Rachel again. I was like, how did she change her outfit so quickly?
Wow, look at the shot from Silva.
Yeah, master of the standstill.
That is incredible. I think to the basket from that corner is around just over 400 feet, maybe a little bit more than that. So what power on that standstill?
Rachel with, oh,
I was gonna.
Have we seen Rachel throw many rollers?
No. I was gonna say that this hole sets up nicely for a backhand roller on the second shot, and hope we might see one. But I did not know anyone on this card threw rollers.
That is
Yeah,
a really
Rachel.
great effort from there. Go roller.
She's got it all. Here's Kat trying to throw this distant shot into this very well protected green.
And succeeding. She
Oh.
goes deep.
And hits no trees?
What was that, like 380 from there?
Wow. How did she not hit a single tree? This blade is the third most difficult hole of the day. Only 2 competitors getting to circle 1 in regulation, only 5 to circle 2. So
Yeah, we're seeing some incredible recovery shots here. You can see how quickly this could go downhill if they weren't quite so skilled.
Henna leaving that one maybe just a little bit short, but like I said earlier, it is better to be on the short side of the green. Silva protruding into the tree area. She'll be right around the bullseye.
Oh man, Rachel not really rewarded for that roller.
Yeah, forced to just put it up there close, settle for the bogey. Kat also not rewarded with her long shot.
I think this one's... I like a guarded green. Ooh. But I think this one's just a little bit too tough to have a green this guarded.
Yeah,
Like
they could lose a couple more of these smaller trees.
Yeah.
Here's Henna from 15 feet. Not much to work with. She has a great line on it, but it just gets stopped by the top of the cage. There was only one birdie on the hole today by our lovely lefty, Anna Sten.
Cat in for bogey. Here's Silva for a par.
Anakin parked it.
Cool.
Wow.
Probably shapes up pretty well for a lefty. That tee shot.
Yeah.
Probably one of the few out here.
Still a very controlled
Oh, yeah.
shot to not go out of bounds deep.
Definitely. And still going to be a huge second shot to park it.
Over half the field with a bogey or worse on this hole. All it takes is one little teeny mistake and it becomes impossible to recover that par.
Yeah, single bogey, not the worst on this hole. Still doesn't feel good, obviously. Silva gonna take the only par on our lead card.
I think as the week moves on, we'll see more birdies on that hole. Depending on conditions, of course. Here's hole 6. It's 318 feet. It's up on a mound. And that's pretty much the extent of the hole.
It's the mound.
It is the mound. If you can land on the left side as far as for letting your discs not roll, but there's not really a plan on this one. You are going to try to get your tee shot as close as possible, and then it's decision time. Do you want to lay up and take the chance of rolling away, or do you want to run at the putt and take the chance of rolling away? It's kind of a weird game here on hole 6.
Yeah, it looks really cool visually, but in practice, not my favorite style of green. It's just a little too steep and there's nowhere to lay up.
I played a lot of practice rounds later in the day this week, and I never considered how slippery it can be in the morning, and it was brutal today. Very difficult to establish your lie on the edge if you were having to putt from the side of the hill. Yeah, not a fan of this type of green necessarily.
We'll see one later. Hole 18 has a similar vibe, but a much fairer landing zone.
Yeah, feels a little safer as well.
Cat Mertsch very early out of her hand. That's going to be pretty awkward. It'll be impressive if she can recover a par.
There wasn't much wind playing earlier today, but it looks like our lead card is having to contend with maybe a left to right crosswind here. I wish I could give a little bit more insight, but it was calm for a lot of the morning, picking up as the afternoon turned.
Rachel with a really nice shot, but right to that spot where you might be thinking about laying up from inside the circle.
The hardest layup ever.
Yeah.
Henna
And-
keeping this nice and low.
Probably a layup.
Yeah. This is, I believe, the only tee pad I've heard complaints about. I didn't notice anything today, but a lot of competitors talking about slipping on the front of that blue turf.
Oh, man. Where even is Kat? Ooh.
That little shrug, that's basically what you should just prepare for every single time you're in those evergreen trees. Just
Yeah,
like, well,
you ain't getting out.
no. Wow.
Nice. I hope that stuck. That looked great. Silva just trying to lay up, most likely to the left side, as Madison said. Oh, just right at it.
Oh, and it grabs.
And breathe.
Yeah, the sigh of relief from Silva. Here's Kat. Looks like it did not grab on the side of the hill, but thankfully did not roll into the rough.
We know she's going for it. Nope, we don't know that. We don't know anything.
And this is where, oh man, I really just can't stand this hole. I think that was a layup.
It looked like it.
Yeah. Here's,
Oh no. And oh, this is the nightmare. This is what we all dread.
and for being a 300 and what is it, 18-foot hole.
Stop. Cat just cannot get on this hill. And now, from the woods, did that one stick?
I think so. But
Oof.
she's not going to have an easy stance there.
And legitimately, a nice layup from inside the circle.
Rachel looking like she was going to go for it, maybe changes her mind, and nope, she's going for it.
Yeah, always going to be a risk. Lucky to check up there, but still a equally risky putt from this side.
And a very steep landing zone again. Rachel opts to just lay it up again. I get conflicted here because sometimes those layups roll, like we saw Kat's couple of layups.
Whew, a painful quint for Kat Mertsch, and you can see why they call it the monster. I actually don't know why they call it that, but I feel like that's a good guess.
Yeah, there was only 3 birdies on the hole. I just feel like this is such a beautiful piece of property, and this design is just so skippable. It feels a little bit gimmicky for such a well-designed and beautiful piece of property.
And a couple good pars there from Henna and Silva, just highlighting why a good drive is so important on that hole.
Caden Spurge, Holland Hanley, and Jessica Weiss are the only birdies of the day.
Oh, that's nice.
Hole 7, another par 4, 623 feet. You want to get down to the corner over here. Make sure not to land too right so you don't pinch yourself off, and also make sure to stay in bounds. Second shot, we might see some ladies go for the green, but if you're out of position at all, you're going to lay up short of the pond and then lay up a second time. You can see that the pond comes all the way into contact with the right side of the bullseye, so it's a pretty scary approach shot. If you go out of bounds early, it is difficult not to panic on this one. They can stack quickly.
Not many players attacking, I think.
Yeah.
The green here. Uh-oh. Silva been having more of an early release problem this time, just a little bit late, and you hate to see that the going back and forth because maybe that player is getting in their head a little bit, trying to figure out how to keep their discs straight. The monster will do that to you. It's a gut check.
Makes you question just what even is reality.
Yeah, your sense of self, your purpose. Henna with a really nice slow speed. It looks like a mid-range shot to the middle. Rachel with maybe a little too much right turn on it. Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Just in the nick of time. She is going to be a little pinched.
Yeah, from there it's kind of like a spike sidearm hyzer. It's a tricky angle. I know that spot.
Cat opting for the sidearm here. You really have to pump this one to get around that corner. The right OB comes into play quickly.
And that's such an easy mistake to do on this one if you're thinking about that right corner at all. Cat just overturning it and going to cut roll pretty early. Still in position for par.
Here's Silva from really early in the fairway. She's probably just going to try to barely get around. Nope, she's attacking. Love this.
Ooh, challenging that corner and just barely safe.
From there, she's going to have to make a decision, but I think she's going to be settling for a bogey at best, bar a really long putt.
Cat can still par this. That looks like some good distance.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, very close to OB there.
She has no idea. Here's Henna. She can see around the corner. Wow. What a tee shot.
She gonna go for it?
Sure
Seems
looks
like it.
I think this is her.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Bit of a slip. There is some...
Uh-oh.
Yep, OB on this left side as well.
Yeah, I know. I did that like 30 times today, stomping the ground. It's going to be difficult to tell where the card decides Henna last crossed in bounds as she went around early on the green.
There were a couple of spotters on this one, which is nice, so hopefully they got a good spot on it.
Rachel a little early out of the hand.
Ooh.
Man.
Fluffed. This one is just, yeah, like you said, a gut check.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about, I think, nerves than anything.
Yeah, all of a sudden you got lined OB on both sides.
What a rip. Come on.
Wow. Silva is not settling for bogey here.
I love that.
That takes so much nerve to go for that shot, especially leaving it nice and low like that. It's so easy to get a big hyzer skip into the OB left. Here's Kat hanging one out wide, and she's going to mess around with that. Nope, she's safe. Everyone riding the line.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're checking out all that line
Is this
OB.
what good golf looks like on this hole? Just landing right on the line over and over?
It's pretty narrow. Wow, you do not see this very often. Forehand approach. I mean, smart to stay over land the whole way. But wow, that is impressive. It's like a Kristen Lett
I kind of
move.
prefer the forehand here. I don't like the backhand because if you just grip lock it.
For sure. It just takes a lot of control and touch
yeah.
to not skip. That was fantastic.
Oh.
Silva!
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
Sorry if that was loud. I was excited.
I called her for bogey already and
Never count her out.
never count her out.
Give her that Jomez.
That third shot was so impressive. And then to follow it up with this putt.
Locked in.
Only 4 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation. Only 5 to circle 2. No one's putting on this hole. Wow, Silva.
Henna unable to save her par. Let's see if Kat can do it. Putting straight at that pond.
She's running it.
You know it. Her body didn't let her. Oh, look at this. I've never seen both feet point the same direction on a putt before.
Hole 7, there were 3 birdies. Evelina Saarinen, Ella Hansen. I know Ella always goes for this hole. She did last year. And I don't want to butcher this. Kristina Jersikova. Really, really nice threes.
Checking in with Iida Latomaki on hole 10. It's got to be one of the shortest holes anyway. Oh, is this one the easiest?
I bet it is.
It's still tricky. You can see all the
Nope.
trees. Dang it. Iida had to navigate to get this birdie.
Yeah, there's a couple of viable lines. She took the dead straight one, which I think is probably the most played line and the biggest, but not by any means the best necessarily. There's not one that's good.
Yeah.
Hole 8, another par 3 that you're very happy with par at 387. It's not reachable by many players in the field, especially with the line that you have to hit. There's not much room to work any sort of flight angles. You just have to have it hyzer flip up to flat and go dead straight forever. Birdies often require a circle 2 putt, but a lot of times you find yourself scrambling for a bogey in one of the 2 ditches on the left and right side of the fairway, just outside of the line of trees. I think missing to the right is a lot easier to recover from than the left side.
Yeah.
It's a lot more dense over there and muddy.
So muddy. Just a mud pit. There's a mud ditch over there.
And Silva just heads right towards it, trying to work a turning shot.
Yeah, I bet her footing is rough right there.
Mm-hmm. Forehand or backhand?
Backhand.
Yep. I kind of thought forehand for a second.
Classic.
Yeah.
You're just trying to work the whole fairway to try to get close, and it's so easy to catch one of these hallway trees.
Henna, one of the few in the field that can do this readily. Love that hyzer flip shot, and she gets way down there, finishing out where there's a little bubble. She'll be in circle 2, but putting, and that is rare on this hole.
Cat getting it to turn just in time. Still good.
Yeah, great kick. She's celebrating back there.
Rachel in the soup, gonna work a turning forehand shot.
It is thick soup, too.
Stew. No. Oh.
Yeah. And she's unfortunately gonna have to take another dip.
Silva testing the water as well. That's a good looking shot. Gets most of the way up there, but she'll be blocked. Oh. Rachel. In the soup.
And
all right.
A little kiss off a tree. Definitely overturned, but it works. And she is in the bullseye. You're so happy to save a bogey from an early tree hit. Here's Kat for birdie.
Yeah, outside circle 2. Good power behind that one, and it stays close.
Yeah,
my kind of run.
Yeah, she was about 75 feet from the basket.
Silva with a whole lot of nothing. Just having to go a little Annie putt around.
Henna closest to the pin. She's just over 50 feet from the basket.
Check out this lighting.
I know, it was magical out there today.
Yeah.
And she just lays this one up. I kind of get that. It's a big putt on a very fast green.
And this, one of the reasons a lot of us like to play this course is just looking around at all these birch trees and the lighting, and you're just out there in nature. It's the best.
There was the sun rays in the fog this morning. It was beautiful.
Yes, please.
And you pull your phone out to take a picture and you brush the mosquitoes off the lens.
It is buggy out there for sure.
Buggy and boggy.
Kat and Henna gonna take pars on that one.
There were 3 birdies on hole 8. Holland Hanley, Evelina Saarinen, and Ella Hansen.
Evelina getting a bunch of them. Check out Ida Nesse at 5 down through 16.
What?
What a round. Wrapping up the front, hole 9's a par 3, 351 feet. You see a lot of forehands, but that's not really how you get to the pin. That's a par play. You want a nice, slow turning backhand shot. Slower speed disc, probably a fairway driver, maybe even a mid-range.
Yeah, I throw a mid.
Yeah, and you really, it's a tough angle to get all the way to the pin. There's a couple trees, I would say, on the right, short right side that tend to catch a lot of the really good-looking shots. It's also quite easy to push too deep.
Yeah, and pushing deep is the worst. You can filter into the rough, and it gets really difficult to get up and down. Henna, though.
Oh, baby.
Yep, that is a perfect shot
Bullseye
on the inside route. Let's watch this again.
And those trees to the screen's left are the ones that often catch the really good shots. And boy, she just hits that angle so perfectly. Cat with the forehand. Let's see if she can prove me wrong. I haven't seen a forehand get very close.
Me neither.
Just a layup. And oh, it's good. It's good.
Silva looking like she's pulling out a faster speed disc. That comes out just a bit early, but it's still working. We watched Silva park this hole, and when did we watch her park this hole?
Did we?
Yeah, I did at some point this week. Probably on the social medias. Silva not quite able to get it all the way to the green. Let's see Rachel's angle of attack. This looks great. Maybe just a tiny bit overturned.
Yeah, classic. Those trees, the ones I was talking about in the flyover. Cat left with a little forehand chipper.
It's crazy how these forehand chippers can feel a little tougher out here at the Monster when you know you can't quite afford to give away any bogey strokes.
Yeah, anytime you give away kind of a silly, like fluffed up shot or something like that, it's hard not to kick yourself.
Mm-hmm. Silva with a long bid for birdie.
Rachel, probably, I don't know, 90 feet away.
Yep, just under that. And leave herself a little work on the green, but no sweat with the way she's been putting.
Maybe like one bead of sweat.
Tiny.
No, none.
Nope, it's just a mosquito.
Just some blood from the mosquito.
There were only 5 birdies on hole 9 today. Only 4 competitors found circle 1 in regulation. Only 11 to circle 2. A really tough 350 feet.
Just a really tough course. This might be the hardest course I've ever played.
Yeah.
I think
It's one of my favorites too.
Oh, I love it.
Like it's hard but fair mostly.
Mostly.
Besides one.
Yeah, oh, nice birdie from
But
Henna.
like Erika said, it really is, I feel like maybe more about the fact that looking around and how lovely it is.
Uh-huh.
It's in such good shape. They take really great care of it. The maintenance that it must require year round is incredible.
It's pristine out there.
Yeah. It looks like Henna's going to be in the solo lead right now.
Owen Scoggins moving up into a tie for second with a 1 down. Hannah Wynn also 1 down. Katie Tati 2 down. And yeah, check out Ida Nesse 5 down.
Moving up 25 spots on the leaderboard.
Woo!
That's all you got to do out here.
Evelina moving up a bunch too. Still 9 very challenging holes to go.
It stays nice and sunny out there. We do have a little bit of wind. You can't feel it on as many of the back 9 holes, but there are a couple places where it's a little exposed. But generally, we're staying in the thick woods for the rest of the round. Come hang out with us on the back and see what the rest of the Monster has to give. Thanks again to the Founders Club. And also remember, we're so close to 500K on the YouTubes.
488,000 precisely, I think.
So join the group. One of us.
One of us.
And we'll see you guys on the back 9 of round 2 here at the Monster in Tampere, Finland. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb, and we're the 2 hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.